morning, everyone. It's Joel Broughton. Now, I'm going to spend a little bit of time. I want to talk a little bit today. That's obviously the system that we're going to use to be able to build our business and to be able to bring people into our primary network marketing businesses. But the key, I think, in this whole arena is working with the right people and sorting through the individuals to be able to get to those people. And, of course, we use system to be able to sort through. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time this morning talking about working with the right people and how to identify those people and really the importance of doing so. Because often what happens in network marketing is we get so caught up, especially for the new people that are coming into this industry, we get so caught up with the individual that says, I really want to do it. I really, really want to do it, and I'll do whatever it takes. But they keep saying that, and they don't actually take any action. But they really want to do it, and I just got one more question. I've just got, a couple more questions. Can you just explain this one more thing to me, or can you explain that thing to me? Or actually, I got a few more things, and they'll continue to come up with more and more questions just to avoid doing work, just to avoid actually taking action. And these people, they want it. They understand that they would want to actually build the business. But this is what we need to identify and understand in our brains is that, as we build the business, we can't help everybody. Okay? We just, it's impossible. Now, I know that I would like to. I know that I would absolutely love to help everyone and personally work with every single one of you guys and personally work with everybody in the, in terms of my personal people that I've enrolled into my primary business. And I'd love to work with everybody personally, but I just don't have time. And you won't have time either if you start to work with the right people. Okay, because what happens is that a lot of us get caught up sometimes working with the wrong people and working with people that aren't actually taking action, that aren't really going to go all the way with their business. And, we need to treat this as a business, not a hobby. Some people treat this as kind of a hobby and a social gathering and a place for us to all come together to chit-chat and to work with and just go on training calls and enroll a person here or there. Maybe I'll, sponsor one new person this year into my business, okay? And that's okay if that's what you want or if that's what other people want. But, when we first joined network marketing, when we first got started with our opportunity, we didn't join to be in a social club, okay, or the majority of us didn't. Okay, some of you guys might have, but, the majority of us joined to make money. We want to generate an income from home. We want to be able to make that money. And how we do that is by sifting and sorting through and finding the leaders and finding the people that really want to work with us. And people will trick you, okay? People are going to trick you. And not only will, people that have enrolled trick you, but also the prospects will trick you too. Okay, and they'll say, no, I'm a really good prospect. I'm this and I'm that, and I got a great job, and I've been successful here, and they lie to you, and they tell you that they're the best person in the world, and you should want to work with them. Okay, and really, when it comes down to it, I use this methodology in terms of figuring out who's going to do it and who's not, and kind of determining who the right people are. It's not what they say that's important. It's what they do, okay? It's not what they're verbalizing to you. It's not what they're saying to you. It's not how because prospects will do this a lot of times. They'll try to sell you on how great they are. They'll try to sell you on how you should convince them to work with, how you should convince them to work with you. See, but they answered the ad. They are asking you for the opportunity. So it's not them that's the greatest prospect in the world. Okay, you've got the opportunity, you've got the system to be able to build that opportunity. Okay, so they're the ones that should be coming to you. So it's through action that you determine who the good prospects are. It's through action that you're going to determine who the good members are, who the leaders are to work with. Okay, not through talking, not through chit-chatting, not through them trying to sell you on, how you should spend that time with them. Okay, it's only through action that you're going to determine who the great people are. Now, what type of action determines who the right people are to work with? Well, when you're looking at the prospects, we want to work with primarily opportunity buyers, okay, for a prospect. Right? There's opportunity seekers, people that have put up their hand and opted in to become a free member, or maybe you have a lead list of leads you've purchased from a different company, from different companies. Those are opportunity seekers, and they're okay, but I mean, you could get tons and tons and tons of those. You could actually get lost in talking to opportunity seekers. So who I would rather talk to is the people that take action and either call you. Okay, calling you is a good action because they're chasing you now. They're actually coming to you for the information. So even if they haven't actually bought anything, if they're calling you, that's a good prospect. They're taking action. They're showing you that chances are when they get into the business, and I want you to really understand this and follow me here, if they call you before they're in the business, when they get into the business, chances are they're going to take some independent action to be able to build their business. Because they've proven to you, they've shown to you before they're getting in that they're taking independent action. Hey, they didn't need to be told to call you. They didn't need to be chased down and hunted down by you, right, and slaughtered to be able to get into the business. They are actually coming to you saying, listen, John or Joe or Jim or Mary or Bob, okay, or whomever, I want to join the business. I want more information. What do we do? How do we get started? I got some questions. Right? That's a good person to talk to. And whenever anybody calls me to get help, I should be introducing my primary business to them as well, asking them what they're doing for a primary business. If they're chasing me down for information, that's a person I probably want to work with, right? Because they're taking action. They want to take action. They're calling me. They're taking the opportunity to be able to call me, right, to find out about the business, right, to ask for more help. That's somebody that chances are they're going to take action in their business once I teach them how to do it too. Okay, so anybody that calls you is a good person to talk to, and you should always be. Whenever you get a call, even if it's just somebody asking about, how do I work my autoresponder, how do I set this up, or where do I download this, or where do I find this, you should be getting to know them a little bit. You should be finding out what their goals are in terms of how they want to build their business. You should be finding out if they have a primary business that they're trying to promote and what that primary business is and how they plan to promote it. Because often a lot of people are misguided in this industry and they have, primary businesses that they're trying to accomplish a long-term income with, which is going to take them like 80 years to do. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, they're trying to build a primary business where they need 4,000 people in their business just to make $10,000 a month, right? And there's businesses out there that are less than, 500, less than 400 people to be able to make $10,000 a month. So what do you want to do, 4,000 or 400? Right? Think about that. So you need to find that out from some people. You need to ask them what they're doing. You need to find out what their primary business is, and that gives you an opportunity to determine whether or not they're going to be a good person for your primary business to work with you, even if they already have a business. Okay, you need to talk to them because you personally sponsor them, so there's nothing wrong with introducing your primary business to them and working with them. Now, don't shove it down their throat if they already have one, right? The goal is to work together, but the goal at the same time is also to help them generate income. I mean, our goal together here, our big goal together as an organization, as a team, whatever you want to call us, is to help each other make money, right? There's some of us that are selling telecommunications. There's some of us that are selling online tools. There's some of us that are selling health and nutritional products. There's some of us that are selling all kinds of different products, right? There's a huge, wide variety of different products that members are selling and offering through their network marketing opportunities. But our goal eventually is to make money, and we need to do that in the most effective way, the simplest, most effective way. Okay, so at that point, that's a good person for you to talk to. That's a good prospect. Here's the other good prospects to talk to. They may not call you, but they upgrade in different things. They set up their autoresponder. Okay, maybe they get started in everything. Maybe they already have a primary business, but so they're setting up everything. They're spending money. That means that they're a good person for you to work with because they're independently spending money, and they understand, and they're following through, and they're setting up their business because they want to build it. Right? They didn't just opt in and then take off. They're actually setting up their business because they're planning on using the system. And that's a good person for you to call and find out if they need any help. Find out if they have any questions for you to start working with. Put them on your instant messenger. Okay? If they're one of your members, put them on your instant messenger and communicate with them on a regular basis to be able to help them. They've spent money. They've upgraded. And you can always, at that point, too, introduce them to your primary business if they don't have one. And even if they do, I mean, you can chat a little bit about that in terms of what they're doing and in terms of how they're planning on building it and how it works. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we're here again to make money first, right? We're here to be able to generate income together. And I'm going to show you the simple ways, and we're going to put you through, and you know, we're going to show you the ways to generate traffic online through the Internet Marketing Success Guide, and the simple ways to generate advertising money through the different affiliate programs so that you can build your primary network marketing business. All right? So working with the right prospects is part of working with the right people. Let the system sort through those prospects for you. Don't chase every single prospect that opts in. Don't start chasing every single one of them. Okay? You need to leverage your time here a little bit. You need to use the system, okay, to bring the prospects to you. And some people say, I already got 50 people. How come I'm not rich? Those are 50 people that the system is slowly sorting through for you. Go get another 50. Spend your time not worrying about the 50 that you already have, but the next 50 that you're going to get. And out of those 50, some of them are going to upgrade. Out of those, next 50, so you get 100 now, some of them are going to upgrade. Some of them are going to call you. Some of them are going to email you. Okay, when they call you or email you or upgrade, you need to communicate with them. You need to talk with them. You need to call them. You need to email them back. You need to provide them support. Remember, I mean, this business is really just about simply advertising and marketing and providing customer service, right? Just plugging in the advertising and marketing, getting your link out there, and providing customer service to the people that come in through the system and that are sorted out through the system, and introducing them to your business. Okay, that's all that this is. The sifting and the sorting and the calling and the chasing and all that kind of crap, let the system do that. Let the automated system do that. They're going to, the system will sift and sort through all of your prospects for you. That's the whole point of the system and the way that it works. Okay, it'll sort through all of them for you. All right, let it do that. It's going to take some time. All right, and understand that it's going to take a little bit of time, and that's okay. That's all right. Go get some more. Go sponsor more people. Bring more people into business. If you look and you see people that have sponsored 1,000 or more people into this business, they're having a lot of success. They're bringing people into the businesses. They're generating an income. You ask anybody that has more than 200, 300, 500, 1,000, they understand that they need to keep getting more. Okay? The majority of them do. Okay? They understand that they have to keep building that list. They can't stop. That's the whole point of the list building exercise. Getting more and more people on your list so more and more people call you. See, I've gotten to a point where I've got so many people that have come into my list that I'm constantly busy answering emails, taking calls, sponsoring people into my primary business. Okay, I'm constantly busy doing that. When you first start, though, if you only have 3 people, there's only a possibility that 3 people might call you today. All right? So, of course, right, you won't get you won't be flooded with calls or upgrades or anything. You need to go get 3 more, 3 more, 3 more, 3 more, 3 more, 4 more, 10 more, 20 more, 30 more, 50 more, and continue to get more and more and continue to build upon that. And what's going to happen is over time, and you continue to keep building that list, you ask any of the members that are significantly successful, you'll find the same thing is true for all of them. They will continue building their list and membership. Okay, they will continue to do that, and they will never stop. Why? Because it provides them a constant flow of leads for their primary business, constant flow of new members, upgrading, advertising money for their business. So now they don't even pay for their own advertising anymore, right? They started it off at the beginning. Sure, they got to pay to get it going. Okay, but now they've got income coming in from the different affiliate programs to pay for their ads month after month after month, and what a great problem to have. What a great problem to have a paycheck coming in on a residual basis month after month just to pay for your advertising and your leads, right? I want you to just visualize that. If you're brand new to this industry or if you've been struggling in network marketing and you're not sure why you're struggling, see, these people, and myself included, have a check coming in from different companies. We've got checks coming in month after month after month, and we don't spend them on groceries or on gas for our car or our mortgage or our rent. We don't spend them on that. We spend them on advertising to build our business bigger. which creates more money in those checks, which creates more advertising, which eventually creates a never-ending supply of new prospects, new leads, good qualified people for you to talk to, for you to, get sorted through the system so that you can just talk to the good ones. Now let's talk a little bit about working with the right people once they get into your business. Now, what does that look like? Okay, and I'm going to talk generically, obviously, about a network marketing company, but a lot of them are the same. Where a lot of us have kind of a monthly membership fee or a monthly auto ship for products or something like that. Okay, a lot of them have different packages to get started. Normally, you have the bottom membership for $20 or $30 or $40, and then you also have the upgraded packs where you're getting a good selection of the products, or a gold package or something like that for a few $100s or multiple thousands of dollars, okay, to get in. Okay, so $300, $400, $500, $1,000, $2,000 sometimes, maybe even more. Some programs I've seen, the top end price could be up to $5,000 or $10,000. Now, some of those, I think that's getting a little bit high, but I'm not going to argue that right now. But what I want to do is I want to position in your minds what you're looking for when somebody upgrades and somebody, comes into your business. How do I identify who the good people are? Because the system will allow you to sift and sort through and bring a lot of people into your primary business. So the problem now becomes not necessarily bringing people in, but working with the right people and sorting through the people once they're in your business. And that may sound, like I said, that may sound a little bit, cruel to some of you. That may sound like, geez, but I'm going to work with them all, but you can't. See, you can help them all by putting them on training calls and conference calls and providing them the tools, but they're still not all going to do it. They're still not all going to build the business. So you need to be spending your time primarily with the 20% that are going to do it. See, there's an 80-20 rule that says that 80% of the people want your time, and they're going to want to monopolize your time. The 20% of the people will actually build your business. Okay, the 20% of the people will actually go out and build a significant business. If I look at all the members that I've sponsored, probably only 20% of them actually going out and sponsoring new members and bringing new business in and working hard. And the other 80% are just kind of sitting there wondering what's going on. And the same thing's going to happen in your primary business. 20% of the people, so for every 10 people you sponsor, I would say probably 2 of them are going to go out and actually build a significant business or consistently work to be able to build a business. Okay? Only about 2 out of 10, maybe even sometimes 1 out of 10, are actually going to go out and build a significant business. Only 20 out of 100 that you sponsor are actually going to get really active and really serious and build significant amounts of business for you. Here's the other thing about the 80-20 rule. 20% of the people in your primary business, 20% of the people in your primary business will actually build, the majority of your business, 80% or more of your business. Only 20% of them will put all those people into your business. The other 80% will kind of sit around, looking at each other, wondering what's going on, be part of a social club. They get to go on the training calls and whatever. All right. So, and again, I'm teaching you guys to have a large, significant business. If you want to run it differently, that's fine. Okay. If you want to work with the 80% that don't want to do anything, that's fine. You'll have a small business. I want to teach you guys how to have a significant, large business. Right? Okay, so 20% of the people are going to be the right ones to work with. How do we sort through them? How do we determine who the good 20% are? Here's some qualities, or here's some things that the 20% do. Okay, and I want you to write these down, and I want you to just keep a little checklist even beside you for when you're sponsoring new members, when you're bringing new people into your business, how to identify the good ones. How to identify the ones that are going to go all the way with you. Because I know you want to go all the way. How do I know that? You're on this training call today. I know you want to have a massive amount of success. You're on this training call. The 20% go on the training calls. Okay? The 20% learn. The 20% go and actively participate in training and actively participate in the business building activities. Okay? Here's number 2. The 20% get started with the top package in your business. Okay, there's no question. They want to build the business. So, if there's a package that's $30, right, and there's somebody that comes in and they just want to pay the $30 and see how it goes. I just want to see how it's going to go That is not a person that's going to build the business. That person is in the 80% that's probably going to maybe one day try to kind of sort of like figure it out maybe. All right? And the 20%, right, they go all the way and they say, you know what, how much is the package? It's $400, I'm in. Let's get started. That's the right way to start, right? That's how we want to get our people started. Great, I'm starting that way too. And there's no question in their mind they need to start that way. That person goes into the 20% that you need to work with. The 20% always, guys, will get started their business the proper way, okay, which is getting that bigger package. It's getting the products or the services, right? It's getting access to all the products and trying them and using them. They know that they need to use the products if they're going to refer other people to the products as well. They understand that concept, okay? Or you told them that and they agreed with it, and you explain that to them. Of course, you got to explain it to them too. You explain it to them why they need that, all right? But they will get started that way, okay? So they'll start with the package that is the larger one. They'll get started with the one that they need to start with to duplicate huge amounts of success and fast growth in their business, which is spending a few $100s to get their business started, which is getting some of the products or services in their home and using them. Okay? Here's number 3. They are on auto ship. And they're just not on auto ship for like, a $5 whatever, right? They're on auto ship for a regular use of the products, what they want to put their people on auto ship for. So if that's 100 points or 200 points or $500 worth of products or $200 worth of products or whatever it is, whatever the norm is in your business, for business builders, for business leaders, they set up their auto ship. They purchase the products or services on a regular basis. They set up for the gold service package, or they set up for the amount of products that they need to purchase to qualify for all the top bonuses. That's what they do. Right? And if you're not doing that and you want to be a leader in this business, you need to set up your business that way too. You need to upgrade to the top package. You need to get set up on an auto ship or on some type of regular monthly buying, if it's a service, the gold one or the top one. Okay, you need to have that, because what will happen is it's going to duplicate in your business. And do you want to have a really large business or a really teeny tiny business? You get to determine that based on the fact that you are leading your organization. Nobody above you will determine your success. See, a lot of people sometimes, kind of look at it the wrong way. They look at it as, he just wants to make money off me, or I'm part of his group or whatever. No, you're the leader of your own group. You need to set the tone for your business. So even if the person that enrolled you didn't start that way, even if they started with the $30 kit and they're seeing how it goes and they set you up, you still need to go all the way. You need to set up with the top pack. You need to get your auto ship or your regular monthly orders in place, because that's what's going to happen in your organization. You need to lead by example. You need to lead from the front. You need to show people and set the tone for your business how you want it to grow. And that's being a leader, and that is becoming the right person that everyone else will want to work with. And then that's how you identify the right people. So, they go to training, right, regular basis. They actively participate in it. They set up with the right package. They set up their regular auto ships or whatever it is that you need to set up to run your business the way the leaders do, okay? Number 4, they actively build their business. They enroll people. They sponsor people. They bring people. They invite people. They advertise their business. They do income-generating activities on a regular basis. And this one is really, really important, okay, because some people are going to trick you. All right, some people will trick you. And this one you can really pre-qualify people in or out, because they'll spend the $300 or the $400 or $5,000 or whatever it is to get started. They'll put themselves on an auto ship, and then they'll go to the training, but then they'll just sit there and never do anything. And they'll trick you because they've got almost everything that you need to identify them and sort them as a good person or a person that's just going to kind of sit there and monopolize your time. But they don't actually take they don't actually do any activity. They don't actually take any action in their business. They'll set everything up properly, and they'll kind of sit there and just want to chit-chat and go on all the training and just want to learn and just kind of sitting back, okay? And that's a person that, you need to get them active. If they want to work with you on a daily basis, on a regular basis to build a significant business, they need to take action in their business. What does that mean? Well, it means they need to actively advertise their business. They need to get traffic to their websites and get members. They need to actively do that. That's how you identify if they're going to be a good one or not. You actively promote your business. Here's the second thing. They're going to actively, invite people onto presentations about their primary business. Okay? They're going to actively invite people onto the presentations about your primary business. They'll actively be promoting the business. They'll be talking about it. They'll be using the products. They'll be talking to people. They'll be inviting people. They'll be doing presentations. Whatever it is that you do to get people in your primary business, they will be doing. Right? And some people trick you. Some people will set up properly. They'll show up to all the training meetings. They'll show up to all the things. They'll say they're doing it, and then they forget to actually do any income-generating activities, which is advertising their business, promoting it, doing presentations, or inviting people to pre-recorded or live presentations, and they'll forget to do that, right? And you can understand that, you know what, they're not going to make a lot of money. They're not really going to be a true leader in this business if they're not actively building their business, if they're not actively doing activities that are, going to generate them income. And, I mean, given that if they're brand new, you got to tell them that's what they need to do. You got to show them. You still have to train them and show them what it is that they're going to have to do, and get on the phone with them and show them how to do it and let them listen to you doing it, right? Or put them on a training call where they can hear how to do it so you can teach them. Some people, if you don't train them and you don't show them how to do it, they're not going to be able to do it. They're going to be scared, right? But once you show them, if they don't do it, they're not going to be a leader. They're not going to be the right person to work with. If they just refuse to do it, if they're just sitting there going still on the training calls and not doing anything, not actively calling any leads or bringing people or bringing the members to their primary business, if they're not doing that, it's probably not a person you want to work with on a regular basis. You can, talk to them once a week or once a month, tell them to go on the training calls, talk to them on conference calls with a whole bunch of other people. Okay, see, I'm not saying ignore everyone else. I'm not saying that you do that. All I'm saying is that you don't work with them one-on-one personally. There should only be a couple of people in your business on a regular basis that you're working with at any one given time. See, if you sponsor 10 people in your business, not all 10 are going to do it. You need to understand that. Only 20%, only 10 or 20% are actually going to actively be building the business. So if you sponsor 10, there should be one or two good ones in there that you pick out that you're going to work with on a regular basis. And they're people that qualify for all of these different things, right? They're setting up properly. They've got their auto ships or whatever it is that you have in your business set up properly. They actively are promoting their business, advertising, bringing people to the presentations. They're actively sponsoring new members. Okay, they're doing those types of things. Those are the people you need to work with to have a large, significant business, to be able to quit your jobs, to be able to have the financial freedom, to be able to have the time freedom, to be able to make the kind of money that you want to make. And I'm talking $5,000 a month, $10,000, $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month or more, $100,000 a month. It's available if you work with the right people. And trust me, people are going to trick you. They're going to try to drag you down. They're going to try to monopolize your time. 80% of the people in your business will try to trick you and tell you that they really want to do it. And if you just help them just a little bit, they're just going to get going. No. You shouldn't have to babysit people to get them going. You shouldn't have to motivate an individual. Now, granted, you got to train them. You got to show them how to do the business. But once you've shown them, if they're not doing it, you shouldn't have to motivate them to do it. They do that on a conference call, right? Put them all on a conference call. Now, if you're a leader in a business and you have more than 5 or 6 people, you should have a regular weekly conference call for your members to attend to get access to you. If you have more than 5 or 6 or 10 members and you don't have a conference call, that means that probably you're not spending your time correctly. You're probably individually talking to your members. You're talking to the 80% you shouldn't be spending individual time with because they're not going to build the business. They're not the right people to work with. And the 20% that are building the business, you probably don't spend enough time with them. Okay? So you need to have here's how to set this up. You just get a conference call and go to, free conference calls. Go to any search engine and type in free conference call lines, or go to mrconference.com or freeconferencecallline.com or something like that. There's a whole whack of them that you can get free conference call lines at. You just set it up, you put in your name and your email address, and they give you a free line to talk on. Okay, of course, they're trying to get you to upgrade and pay for the service and stuff, but you don't need that, especially not at the beginning with a small organization. Okay, until you get up to a point where you have hundreds or thousands of people, you don't need to pay for any kind of conference line. Just get a free one. And tell everyone in your group and advertise it to your group that you will be there every single week. Now, just do it once a week for 1 hour. Okay, this is really cool, guys. This is really important for you to understand. Every single week, the same time, the same day every week, and you don't need to make it so that it's the best time for all of your group. You don't need to do a poll or a survey as to when they're going to be available. You can ask a few of the leaders if you want in terms of when they think a good time would be, but pick a time that you're going to be available every single week, Monday through Sunday, one day. Pick a day. Okay, maybe it's Tuesday. Maybe it's Tuesday at 1 p.m. Maybe it's Wednesday at 9 o'clock at night. Maybe it's Saturday afternoon. Maybe it's Friday evening. Who knows? Okay, but pick a day that suits you, that you can make it every single week for 1 hour, and book it, and tell them and advertise that time. I want you guys to think about this. I made myself available every Saturday morning for you guys, starting at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for an hour and a half every single week. Okay? And we come here religiously every single week to teach and to train and to do interviews and to celebrate success and to bring on guest speakers and to do all kinds of different things. And it's different every week. It's different every week, and there's different things to learn, and there's different things, and you can talk to me, and we can talk, and we can share ideas, and we can train. Okay? So think about that. You need to develop that same exact thing for your organization, okay, for your group, for your personal people. And even if you only have 2 or 3 people on, you see the very first Saturday morning breakfast call, see now we get hundreds of people coming on and thousands of people listening to the recordings. But when we first started our very first Saturday morning breakfast call, guess how many people we had on it? 3. We had 3 people on our very first Saturday morning breakfast call, but we made sure we advertised that to our group, to our organization, to the people that we worked with. And we made sure we continued to advertise, and we did it consistently every single Saturday morning. And I think we've been doing this now for years. We've been doing Saturday morning breakfast calls for years now, probably at least 3-4 years maybe. All right? The very first one, though, was 3 people, and then it grew and continued to grow. And people started making themselves available for that call. People started changing their schedules for that call. Your people will do the same, especially the right people. They will start doing the same thing. You advertise and you have that call every single week, and you make yourself available. And then when those 80% call you during the week that's not at the time designated for your call, you tell them, listen, that's a great question for that call. I'm just on the other line right now, or I'm just busy training somebody, or I'm just busy enrolling or sponsoring a new member. You know what, can you bring that question to the call? The call is Monday night. You got the schedule? Great. I'll see you on there. Listen, I got to run. All right? If that's a person that just wants to monopolize your time, they get an hour. They get 1 hour per week in a group of individuals, in a group of people, that they can ask those questions to you. And you can help them. And you will help them, and you'll make yourself available, but on your schedule, not on theirs. Because the rest of your time needs to be spent sponsoring new members, advertising your business, and working with the 20% that are going to build a huge legacy in your business, a huge amount of people in your business. That's the 20% that are really going to do it. And the rest of the people need to go on the training calls with you, and they need to ask those questions. That's why, think about this, guys, I also have training calls during the week. So we do the Saturday morning breakfast call. We also do a few calls during the week where you can talk to myself about traffic, about building the business. What does that do? Well, it eliminates people calling me every day. It eliminates people calling me every day and asking me one question, 1 or 2. See, I'd rather them ask on a conference call, because then I can teach 20 or 30 or 40 or 80 or 1,000 people what the answer is, rather than just teaching one person. And we record the calls so that I can teach all the future people that same answer when they ask that question. Think about all the recorded training that we have for you guys in the recorded training section. There's tons and tons of different topics in here, right? There's Saturday morning breakfast calls. There's who to work with in your business, Google training, newspaper advertising, right? Analyzing your primary business, advanced Google AdWords training, duplication training. Let's see what else. Just questions and answers, long-term financial freedom. I'm reading off just some of the ones that are in here, right? Law of averages, psychology of marketing. I mean, these are all topics that we've talked about in the past. Planting seeds, okay? Building a business mindset, new members site additions, goal planning, right? Discussions on funded sponsoring, positive versus negative attitude. I mean, these are all things that, God, look at this. We go back. We've got recordings back until May 2006. we first started doing recorded training. And there's all kinds of questions in there that you can get answered from the recorded training that you can listen to on your way to work or when you're jogging or when you're, doing other things online. You could be listening to all this training. You could get advantage of this. And think about this. We put this together. Why? Because I don't want to answer that same question 4,000 times individually with people phoning me one-on-one. That's why. That's why we have conference calls. So hundreds of people can get on there and ask one question, and they can all benefit from the same answer. And then I'm going to just pick 2 or 3 people, 4 people maybe to work with personally, one-on-one, that are building a significant business in my primary business. And I'll work with them on a regular basis, and I'll mentor them, and I'll talk to them. And maybe we'll open up little mentoring groups too. You can open up small little groups where you take on new students, new people to work with, right? New sections of people to work with, on a daily, weekly basis. But they need to set up their businesses properly. They need to get set up the right way. And if they set up with the top package and they set up with their auto-ship and they start taking action and they want to learn and they go on the training and they participate and they start inviting people and they do all those kinds of things, I'm going to spend more time with them. Why? Because they're being productive. They're sponsoring new members. They're bringing new people in. They want to get help with how to mentor those new people and how to train those new people. I'm going to show them personally one-on-one how to do that. And the rest of the people that don't do anything, that aren't sponsoring, that aren't inviting, that aren't bringing people, that aren't on auto-ship, that aren't setting their business up properly, that come in with a $20 kit and that's it. They don't even buy any products or services from your primary business. Those people, well, they can go on a conference call. Because unfortunately, I just don't have the time in the day. Why? Because I need to spend my time with the 20% that are serious about really changing their lives and moving their business forward. And I need to spend time with my kids and my family. I need to spend some personal time with them too. If I spent time individually with every single person, I wouldn't have enough time in the year, never mind in the day, right, for anything else. So you need to leverage your time, and you need to work with the right people, and that's how you sort through the right people. And you see who's the sponsoring members. And that's how you identify who in your business gets all your time. And I've seen over and over again, guys, and I know I'm harping on this, and I know I'm going through this over and over to kind of get this point across to you guys, but it's important, especially in your primary business, to identify who the good people are, who the right people are to work with, right? You can work with them all, but put them all on a training call, okay? You can only work with a few people individually, and you need to work with the right people that are sponsoring, that are enrolling, that are actively promoting the business properly the right way. And you know what? If you haven't set your business up properly the right way like that, you need to go out and do that. And you can start today, and you can change the way that your business is going to grow in the future. Every single day you have an opportunity to be able to grow it properly. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to work with you if you don't. I'm just saying that you're going to have a much better chance of succeeding. Your odds of winning and your odds of creating wealth are so much higher if you make the sacrifices to be able to do that, right? You can still win. It'll just take you longer, right? It'll just take you longer. And that's okay for some people as long as you accept that, all right? And those of us that want to do it today and want to really go hard now, we're going to set up everything properly. We're going to upgrade in the different programs. We're going to set up our autoresponder. We're going to start building our list and start advertising and marketing, right? And then we're going to start bringing people in our primary businesses. And we're going to be successful doing that. And I wish you guys all the best of success in your businesses. Make sure you make the right decisions over the next number of weeks, over the next number of months to be able to build a successful income from home in the network marketing industry. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please click the subscribe button right now to be able to get access to all of our future trainings and information that we release through our YouTube channel. As well, please just click on the next video that you'd like to watch that's displayed on your screen right now. Thanks so much. Again, subscribe and then click on the next video that you'd like to watch.